This is part 2 of Saturday, February 22nd in Chris McCoy's fish room. And these are Corydoras equus. I believe there's 8 of them. And we're really hoping for a spawn soon. They're pretty fat. The females are quite fat, and we've been conditioning them for probably 9 months now. They were wild caught. They acted a couple times at the end of last summer like they wanted to spawn, but they never did, at least not that we saw. Just a really cute, fat, short-nosed Cory. I really like them. They usually stay pretty calm. They're a nice tank mate. You know, some of the longer nosed species seem to really go crazy in a tank, just bounce off stuff. These guys are pretty calm. Right now they are in with the blueberry shrimp. I haven't noticed that Corys make much of an impact on a shrimp colony. I'm sure they eat some of the small ones they find, but for the most part they're a good tank mate. So anyway, hopefully we can look for a spawn from these guys. And the females are definitely fat and ready. If you look at them from above, they are very wide. There's one right there you can see. And I don't know if we can see any of the blueberry shrimp in here. I don't see any, so I'm not going to dig for them. If they come out, I'll video. A bunch of the plants that I potted yesterday from the trimmings. We have a couple of cherry shrimp colonies going. This is colony number 1, and the rest of them have all branched off basically from this one. The lighting is not the best. Come on, camera. If the camera would focus, it would be a plus, but they look like a washed out red in this video, but you know, actually they have pretty good color. And also, this is a 20 long. And also in here are 4 Corydoras cauda-maculatus breeders that have just started laying eggs about 2 to 3 weeks ago. And they'll consistently lay almost twice a week. Small amounts that I find anyway. I'm sure there's more in the tank that I don't see. Therefore I put some some filter media back there that babies can hide in. It's stacked up all along the back, so that if there is a hatch in here or anything, that there's a place to hide. Plus the cherry shrimp can hide in there. Everybody's in the back. There's Otocinclus in here, 3 Siamese algae eaters, which will be coming out soon. They're getting too big to be in here. They did their job. They cleaned up a lot of hair algae and did some good housekeeping. This tank gets sun, which I've noticed that when the sun is shining on the HMF filter, the Hamburg Matten filter, that they will all go on that side of the filter and hang out in the sun. Obviously something they enjoy. There's also a school of celestial pearl danios in here. I have seen them spawn on a few occasions also. Sorry again about the quality of the video. We have a couple of Otocinclus babies, and I have seen the Otocinclus spawn numerous times, so maybe more will show up. This tank has a wide variety of fish in it. It's also a 20 long with an HMF filter. I think everything in here has an HMF filter now. There you can see the Keeleys. I keep my Keeley females in here. There's a group of P82 Gardner eyes in here, and there's also an orange Australe female in here. I'll show you the male here in a little while. There she is. I'm going to be putting them together pretty soon, see if they'll give me a spawn. Come on, camera. There we go. Not a real fan of Keeleys at this point. Seems like no matter how tight you have it covered, they find a way to bang it open or jump out. I'm just continually amazed at where they go. I have them jump over the top of the Hamburg Matten filters and get behind it. I just don't know how dedicated I'm going to be to breeding Keeleys, because wow, they certainly are leapers like nothing I've ever seen. I guess they're explorers by nature, I suppose. Those are the big fat Sturby, Corridor Sturby back there, or Sturby. Don Petty from Fanatics Tropical Fish sent me his breeding group, and they are huge fat, nice fish. They've spawned a couple times. I haven't bothered to collect, as the fish room wasn't set up then, and we weren't really looking for any Sturby babies at the moment. They're pretty easy to come by. So I may move this group out with the Ford Stenker discus that I brought home, as they enjoy the high temperatures that the discus do. There's also some miscellaneous cories in here that I haven't identified yet. Don knows what they are, but I haven't bothered to identify them yet. There's a pretty good sized group of these 3-spotted cories. Gosh, I wish my camera would focus. This does not want to. I don't know what the issue is, focusing on the wall. Anyway, I'll probably be separating the different kinds out at some point. Right now I kind of put them all in one tank, made sure everybody was eating. And you can't see them very well. Kind of like the Cotomaculatus, they're hiding. There's also, I moved these rocks in here at one point, and I had a male bushy nose stuck in one of the caves, and he would not come out. He had babies in there. So I just put him in and let him have him in here. So there's a group of common bushy nose in here. I think some are long fin. Busy tank. And this is a group of Corridorus concolor, or slate cories, that I just brought home from, also from Dawn at Fanatics. And they're adjusting. Boy, it's bright in there. Let me see if I can adjust. Well, I tried, but there doesn't seem to be a lot I can do with the substrate. Is like a white sand, and boy, is it reflecting the light. Anyway, nice big group. We're hoping to get some spawns out of them soon. I really like these cories. They kind of remind me of the blacks in a way. And they have this little mask. You can't really see it. They're kind of a slate color, and then they have a little mask down over their eye. Some peachy amber colored fins. Kind of a short little fat cory too. In this tank is Corridorus, well, they're the orange lasers. And these fish freak out all the time. I'm not sure why they're so insecure. I have a hard time seeing them, videoing them, doing anything with them. They just are not happy. Hopefully they'll calm down at some point. And I believe Dawn got them to breed. Again, terrible video. They're really a neat looking fish. I like the green lasers better. There's a couple of green laser males out in the discus tank, and they're incredible. Just an incredible green stripe down them. Anyway, I guess that's all they're going to give me. Tried feeding them and everything to bring them out. This is the Keeley, the orange Austral Keeley. This color's a brighter orange than what this camera's showing. It's a very pretty fish. So like I said, I'm going to be putting them in a tank with some spawning mops and seeing what we get. Notice he's in a tightly covered tub. Yeah, I'm learning. No leaping to the next tub. Dawn got me these great little sponge filters. They're kind of neat. They got like a weighted gravel bottom up to them. Kind of interesting. I like them. So far they're working really well. So, at Fanatics Tropical Fish in Kennewick, they have these. What are they called? They're like an aqua top. They're an aqua top CAF 10. Perfect for fry tubs. Like them. And there's nothing in here right now. I took Cotomaculatus babies out of here. I need to clean this out of all its snail poo and get it set up for another spawn. These are the spawning mops from when we spawned the P82s. Ian and I need to come through here and look for babies. They're so tiny. They're really hard to find. This is another 20 long. Seems to be the catch-all tiny tank. This is where I throw most of my fry. There's some Corridor species black in here right now. There's Cotomaculatus in here, and they blend perfectly with the gravel. Or sand, I should say. And it is a snail palooza in here. I need to harvest a bunch of ram's horns out of here. But this is the second colony of cherry red shrimp in here. Colony number 2. And I've also been using this tank to build up my crystal shrimp population. They'll be getting their own tank, but I wanted to put them in a very established tank to get them where they were productive. And I just saw one. Oh, there's one under this leaf. I don't know if you can see him under there. Coming out towards the quarry now. One of the adults, but there's quite a few baby crystals in here too. So anyway, I usually pull plant leaves that have quarry eggs on them, and quite a few have hatched in here. There's bladder snails in here, there's Tylo snails in here. Like I said, snail palooza. The Hosmani whiptails are in here too. They have a colony going. I'm not sure if he laid again or not. I don't see his tail sticking out. I think he's hanging out right there right now. There's probably 4 different sized Hosmani whiptail fry in here. Some of them are getting pretty large and are probably just about ready to be for sale. There's also a baby Otocinclus in here that we raised. Grabbed one of the eggs off a leaf in the shrimp tank, the other shrimp tank, and plopped it in here. And And I think we have an egg. I can't see it. There's eggs on a few of the plants in here that I've pulled and stuck in here. But anyway, like I said, small tank, small guys. Nobody can go in here that eats big things. This is an escapee I have to catch. It's a nebula steel fry. Fast. Super, super fast. Well, I was hoping to find some of the crystal shrimp, the young ones, to show you. Maybe I'll pause camera and see if I can find them. Okay, there's one walking along the edge of the... there he goes. He disappeared. Maybe you saw him before I left. He was walking along the edge of the cave, breeding cave. And there's a baby whiptail, one of the larger ones. I don't know where he went. Never fails. I need to set up a better video camera, I guess. There's an adult. That's the one that's more of a black band than a red band. And that's one of the babies. Hopefully this thing's focusing. It looks awful. But you get the idea. Anyway, there should be some blacks for sale soon. Cherry shrimps, ram's horns. Also for sale. Although the ram's horn's pretty much free. Corydoras similis, large breeding group, and some male guppies in there as tank mates, ditherfish, whatever you want to call them. They're gonna take off. I've had a couple successful spawns from the similis I had, and then Don gave me his breeding group, and they're very prolific. So hopefully we'll be offering some of those soon. And in the tank next to them, I just moved my Corydoras suesii and some stray Aeneas in there with some very large mosaic guppies. These are some of the largest guppies I have ever kept. I mean, the male is normal sized, but those females are absolutely huge. They're as big as full grown Corydoras suesii, which is a very large cory. So I will get in closer. This is a very old Aeneas male right here. I don't even have an age on him. He is as big as they get. I mean, he is as big as most of the females that I've bred, and he is the same size as these female guppies. I mean, they've got to be 3 inches from nose to the end of their tail. They drop huge fry drops. Nice guppy. I mean, perfect if you're wanting to add a little extra food to your other tank mates. They're stand their own. The males don't get such a big tail that they can't swim. That's kind of a problem sometimes when you put guppies in a community tank, is the males just don't make it. They can't swim in the current, or other fish pick at their fins. As far as I'm concerned, these are a great option for somebody who wants a guppy in their tank, or just wants a guppy that's going to drop some extra food for who they have in their tank. Angelfish would love to probably have these guys in their tank dropping fry. And That's a Susai, or Susai.